I've been a fan of Yanaginagi for quite some time. The reason I'm showing you this is that you can see that I am not just riding the hype of a new game or anything like that. So this is a collector's edition I got a little while back directly from Japan. I also got the limited edition of her project with June Maeda that she did way back when. Comes with the lyrics and some images. And I got, this is one of my favorite albums of all time, Today is a Beautiful Day, that she did a collaboration with Supercell. And yeah, the reason I'm showing you this is just to tell you that I've been a fan of her for quite some time. I'm quite into J-pop music, or so I was. I'm not listening to it as much nowadays as I did back then. But anyway, those are all projects with Yanaginagi in them. And today on Reddit, I learned that she made a game. And so I played through it. It's kind of like a visual novel. And let's get on with the game. Just wanted to show you this because it's like when the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection released, there was a bunch of people saying, "Oh man, I've been a fan of Ninja Gaiden forever," and then there's the trailer running in the background and they say, "Oh my god, who's this guy?" And it's like Morai. And you're like, yeah, you're just writing the new game release to get views. I'm not doing this for that. I was genuinely interested by Yanaginagi's game. And I've played it, enjoyed it. I'll give you my commentary while the gameplay is going on. See you in 5 seconds. Alright, I'm back. What is me? That's a question indeed. It's weird seeing. I should have made the commentary while I was playing, but I was with my coffee this morning and I didn't felt like getting the stuff I needed to record out, and I just played the whole game. I thought I would just try it out, but I ended up playing it all. Now, the localization is not all that great. I'm not a... English is not my first language, as... Wow, what a revelation, isn't it? But still, I'm seeing some weird stuff going on with the localization from time to time. Stuff that doesn't... You know what they meant, but I don't think it was the good way of saying it. Now, I won't read all the text. It's this game is kind of like a visual novel. It's really reminiscent of To the Moon, that I've played here on the channel. There's a non-commentary edition. You tap to move, and Midori is gonna go to where you tapped, and you interact with a few objects, but it's mostly reading and doing the little puzzle you just saw me doing, but the puzzle is really like putting the square in the square and the circle in the circle. It's really not... It's not a puzzle game. It's absolutely not. This clock here is of great importance. Now I'm gonna spoil the whole game, obviously, and I was thinking about uploading my raw gameplay footage on YouTube if you don't want to hear me talk over the game and enjoy it for yourself and reading all that. But I also wanted to do a commentary version, as I have a few things to say, but probably not about the game, as I'm known to do. I'm known to talk about stuff that doesn't have anything to do with what's on the screen. But hey, most of my things are called convoluted talk, so it is what it is. Now take something to drink, something to eat. We are gonna be here for an hour and a half, so just take that for what you will. Now, I've heard about this game on Reddit this morning, actually. And somebody posted it. This masterpiece should be played more. And I'm gonna tell you right here, it's not a masterpiece. To the Moon might be a masterpiece. This is not. But this is a cute visual novel made by Yanaginagi, who's a J-pop singer, songwriter, and she's pretty cool. I've been following her for, I don't know, 15 years maybe, something like that. It's been a while, like 2011, 2012, around those years. I've discovered her when she did the collaboration with Supercell. Uh, Supercell is like that one big band, but actually it's just one guy with a bunch of illustrator. That's kind of weird. Google it if you want to know more about it. But anyway, he's writing some great songs, but he's always hiring a singer for each project. He started using Hatsune Miku like program to sing, so it was kind of robotic and stuff. And then he hired Yanaginagi, who he discovered on. She was doing some cover song on the Japanese YouTube. I don't remember what it's called. It's like YouTube, but it's not YouTube. And he found her there and talked to her and said, "Yo, want to do collab?" And she said yes. I mean, I don't know actually how it went down. Yeah, and I really like this album. As you've seen in this little intro of that video, I ordered. I bought this used, actually, the collector's edition of Today's a Beautiful Day. I got it from Discogs. It's kind of a Wikipedia type website of all the album, all the music, and people are kind of cataloging each album. And some people are selling their stuff, and it was from a Japanese dude. And I talked to him, and I've bought it from him, and he sent it here in Canada, and that was great. I really enjoyed buying that from Japan, from a Japanese person. But anyway, all that to say, she's releasing a new album, or she released it. I mean, I'm a fan, but I'm not a super fan. I'm not keeping track of everything that she does. But anyway, it's to promote her new music, and she wrote the game. She had the idea of the game. Obviously, she did not program the game. You'll see in the credits at the end, but it's her game. It was her idea to make a game to promote her music. It's completely free on the App Store. It's probably on Android too, but I don't know. I don't have any Android devices. But yeah, and it definitely piqued my interest, and I played it in one go, and I deeply regret not recording the commentary while I was playing it, because I would have saved an hour and a half of my day. But it is what it is. So we are Midori. We are living in this little town that seems to be surviving with tourists. Every year some tourists are coming. They have this green light thingy, and people are coming to see the green light, and for the dreams. Seems that this green light, this town is giving people some weird dreams, and they're coming to experience the dreams. And there's some weird stuff about the game, because as you'll see when we go up in the hotel, there's like one room. Well, there's like three rooms, but there's just one that is used by one of the people staying there, and I still don't really know where the other people are staying. There was like 4 or 5 guests here. Where are they going? That's a mystery. Maybe it's gonna be revealed in the sequel. I don't know. But anyway, and our parents are here. They're making candy, they're making food, taking care of the hotel. The dad works at the hotel. The mom is doing candy in the candy shop where we live, and that's about it. And the way the game works is you have to talk to the people about the dreams they had, and they'll give you a word, and the word they're giving you is like a a piece of the puzzle to understand what's going on. When you are dreaming too, when you're asleep, you dream, and then you you put the puzzle into place, and it's giving you like what the dream is. During the day, during the evening, there's different interactions you can have with people, and so at some point you can rest on a bench to make time go fast to the next part of the day. And that's pretty much the game. There's no combat, there's no enemies, there's no. At first, I thought that the archaeologist dude was the bad guy. There's no bad guy. Okay, it's about dreams. It's about life. We'll say you'll see later on. There's quite there's some deep stuff that are talked about during the game. But we're at minute 11 of the video, and I've pretty much explained to you what the game is. So now we are sleeping, and they're talking about their dreams. I'm gonna try to read some of it. One day, as he was arranging the books on the shelves, he noticed a book he never seen before. So now you have to put the words to solve the puzzle of his dream. But now we don't have the words, and so you just wake up, and that's the next day where you're going to go and collect the words. So, and you can miss some, and if you miss some, you'll have to do another day to go get the words and solve the puzzle. And so it's really worth it if you're playing this. If you want to leave the video now, not spoil the game, and go get it for yourself, really do all of the town before going to bed to get all the words, because you it's the dad that's making candy. Well, I suppose they're both making candies. But yeah, be sure to collect all those green exclamation mark points before going to bed. You'll save some time. I'm pretty sure you can clear this game under an hour if you don't forget anything. Maybe some people will do speed runs if the game gets popular enough. I'm drinking some matcha latte right now, and let me tell you, I'm not a great cook. I can cook a few things that I think I'm doing well, but I'm not a great cook. I can do a few cocktails that I think are pretty good, but I'm not, a bartender, okay? But there's one thing I think I'm doing probably better than tea and coffee shops, and it's matcha latte. I've got my recipe down to a T, and I will not be ashamed to serve that to anyone. Like, honestly, I'm making some fantastic matcha beverage. That's definitely one thing I'm doing right. And unfortunately, no one around me likes matcha in general, or, honestly, tea. So, yeah. So next day, good morning. Did you dream today? What kind of dream was it? Oh, I dreamed. What's the past tense of dream? I don't know. So the dream wasn't complete. And with my little special earring, I can collect words. And yeah, there's items you can get, but the items you'll get are mostly like a bento box to give to somebody to eat. It's not like it's not an RPG. I saw somebody comment like it was some kind of puzzle JRPG. It's not. It's a visual novel. That's it. There's nothing else to it. The puzzle are incredibly simple. This is really just a story. So Megara is telling that she had a dream, and she's a painter, and she needs to remember the dream to be able to do the painting she wants. So we'll have to collect words and see here. There's like 3 rooms. There's only one occupied by a guest. I mean, in town there's other houses that we will never go in. So I suppose maybe there's some kind of location houses that you can rent and stay there, I suppose. I know I'm not focusing on the right things, but you know, I was a bit puzzled by this, to be fair. So say we got an item, we got a plushie, and that's just gonna be to give to the kid who lost the plushie, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing to do with it. I don't know if there's any Resident Evil fan here in the chat, but Resident Evil 9 released a few weeks ago, and I did not have $100 to drop into the game, but my favorite person that's making video ever, JTB, did a playthrough with commentary of the game, and I watched that. It was like 12-13 hours. So it took me a while to watch it all, but I did, and I don't know. I'm happy I didn't buy it. It was cool to see Leon again, Leon S. Kennedy, but yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I felt it was a very gray game. There was a lot of gray. It's one of the colorful game. And I understand it's Resident Evil, but still, I felt it was really grey. The story was alright. New character Grace, the FBI agent, was pretty nice. She felt really real. She felt like a real person. To the opposite of Leon, who was more like a superhero. So that was pretty cool to see. Game looks fantastic. Like, animation and graphics are great. Was not a fan of the music. Sound design was good though. So yeah, I wasn't too sure. I haven't been into Resident Evil all that much since 4. 4 is my Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil 4. I've played 7. 7 was really scary to me, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I watched JTB play 8, Resident Evil Village. I really enjoyed that more than Requiem. Anyway, enough with Resident Evil, but it's something I have in mind because I finished watching his playthrough yesterday, so it's pretty fresh in my mind. And I know I won't do any video about this, so that's the thing with making video. As I was saying at the beginning of this, there's a bunch of people that will, you know, when your job is making views on YouTube, you kind of have to cover the new stuff and ride hypes all over the place. I don't. I make video about games I feel like I want to make video about, and I mean, a Yanaginagi game is very unusual. That's one hell of a hit run, in my opinion. That's a great idea. That's really a great idea to make a game, a free game to promote your new album. I think that's a fantastic idea. And I know that it won't be a game that's going to be covered a lot on YouTube, and that's why I decided to record the playthrough. Because, you know, me talking about Resident Evil will not bring much to the table because there's a bunch of people that will do it. There's a bunch of content on YouTube right now about Resident Evil 9. I'm not sure there's a lot of content about green light on YouTube. And I'm not too sure there's gonna be ever a lot of content about this. So this is what I'm trying to do. Like when I did the After Place walkthrough, because I know those smaller games won't get much. All over the playthrough, I've interacted with this clock, knowing at some point it would do something, and at some point it did, but it did took a long time. So now that we've collected words, we will be able to solve this puzzle. A book he'd never seen before. There, now we have a bunch of words, so we can put the square in the square. There we go, first try! I feel I'm doing one of those games you see on like Facebook. 98% of the people can do it. Oh man. So here I'm missing a word, and this is where it's getting frustrating, because then you have to go to sleep and solve it the next day, and I'm pretty sure that I could have just solved it at this moment. But and later on in the playthrough, I'm getting way more picky about finding all the people you can talk to solve the puzzle when I'm going to sleep. Speaking of which, I'm done with I don't know if I've said it, I'm reading quite a bit. For those of you who don't know, I am a librarian. I work at the library and I'm reading, which is not something I've been doing a lot in like the past 10 years, but my Kobo e-reader changed my life. As I'm getting older, I don't have the eyesight I once had, and the way my house is configured makes it somewhat difficult to read in the evenings, which is when I have the time to read. And I fell out of habit and I just stopped reading, and I was more playing games, watching YouTube, watching TV shows and stuff. And at some point I really felt like reading again. Actually, it was triggered by The Count of Monte Cristo. I watched the new movie that they made. I think it was Netflix that produced it, but anyway, a pretty recent one, like 2024, and it really made me want to read the book, see the original story. And so I started reading the book, but then it was really difficult in the evening, and I talked about it at work, and my boss told me, she told me, like, you should get an e-reader. I really love mine. It's can read everywhere. You can put the font as big as you want, and I feel it's a really nice way to read. And so I bought one, and I honestly fell in love. That's a crazy good way to read. And since then I've been reading a bunch of books. But I'm done with The Count of Monte Cristo. The original story was fantastic. The movies, they're doing what they can. The thing is, it to really make something out of Monte Cristo, you would need like a 10 season, 10 episode of 45-minute shows like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones type of time. You cannot, you just cannot put that into a 2 hours movie. It doesn't work. I like the movies. I've seen them all. I've seen 3 movies. The 3 were nice. They're doing what they can. But the book was fantastic. And now I'm at the end of the 2nd volume of Stephen King, The Dark Tower, which is my favorite book of all time. I've read it before, but it's been a good 10 years since I've finished my reading of this, and started reading that again, and my god, that's great. That's such a good story. I really, really enjoy The Dark Tower. So I've been doing that a lot lately. I haven't been playing much games. I've been playing Nova Drift, which is a kind of twin stick shooter shmup roguelite. It's really, really, really nice. And I've been replaying. I'm at the end. It's not a long game, truth be told. I am at the end of my, I don't know, 30th playthrough of Wanted Dead. But it's been a while. It's been a good year since I've played that and felt like replaying it. And that was pretty nice. So the dream. The boy gets a special animal and they fly in outer space. The boy asked the creature what its goal was. "You will see once night falls," the creature replied. Suddenly, the boy found himself back in his room. Was it all a dream? But then he looked up at the night sky. And there is a constellation of the animal. And like here, it's not a puzzle. You just click on the green star. You cannot miss it. You cannot not click the right star, is what I'm trying to say. It's not a puzzle. The creature it met shone down on him from above. He reached for his favorite astronomy book and noticed it had a new page in it. And on that page was the constellation it didn't name. There we go. 1 down, 2 to go. Boy and a strange creature, so that's the dream everyone had. You're incredible, Midori. You managed to put back... Sorry, it's going too fast. If I wanted to read this, I would have had to do it while I was playing. It's easy to read, but it's hard to read out loud. All along during the game, I was like, oh, will we hear Yanagi singing, you know? And now she was not. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, if I want to hear her sing, I can just listen to her song on you know, on my phone. But obviously, at some point, we'll get the song. Don't you worry. I know it won't be a huge revelation, but Midori in Japanese means green. Wow. What a tie-in, isn't it? So this huge crystal, it's, you know, as I understood it, it's kind of basically AI. That's what I got from the game. So now we're having a new dream. But obviously, we won't have the words to solve it. So now we have to go talk to the people in the village and collect the words. Now this time is a romantic story. Midori, good morning. You know, Dad and I both dreamed last night. It was so weird. I had a beak like a bird, and I think I had wings. So there we go. We have the animal now. We know it's a bird. It's such a good looking game though. Made me reminisce of my Game Boy days. That would have felt right at home on the Game Boy. Well, I mean, it would not have been as detailed as this is, but it really feels like a Game Boy game. Even in its mechanics, even in like the way you interact with things, it's very Game Boy. I've replayed a bunch of Game Boy games on my Miu Mini Plus. It's some kind of little emulator machine, a little handheld that really looks like a Game Boy. And it's great to replay those old games, but I'm often disappointed. You know, I have those crazy memories about the games I used to play when I was like 9 years old and how it was so amazing, and then I replay it now and I'm like, you know, yeah, I usually don't finish them. The only one, no, actually I finished a few. I replayed Mario Land, the Game Boy Mario, to completion. I mean, that was like 30 minutes, but I enjoyed it greatly. That was great. And I replayed Link's Awakening to completion. That was so ahead of its time. That's crazy. Link's Awakening on the Game Boy has no rights to be that good. Like, that holds up today. That is still good. There's a bunch of old games, you know, that were good for when they were released, but they're not that fun to play nowadays, now that we've had the new stuff that we have now. Although not all new stuff that we have now are great, but there's some quality of life stuff that we had in games that I would not live without. So, but yeah, Link's Awakening, it's still completely good today. It still works incredibly well. There's some limitation due to the fact that you only have two buttons, A and B. So obviously you always have to swap the items that you have assigned to those buttons. If you had like 4 like on the Super Nintendo, or even like on the Super Nintendo, you also had the trigger buttons. But anyway, could have been a great quality of life improvements, but still, it's Link's Awakening is really, really good. But there was games like I know I really enjoyed, and I went back and I was like, oh man, I'm not sure. Movement, you know, game feel is not that great. You know, a lot of retro games, they really feel rigid in how they move. Nowadays, the games, they're so fast, and everything's so... I mean, not always, though. And this is something, when I was watching JTB play Resident Evil, there's something like, they need to stop doing I press forward on my character and then he starts walking slowly and then he accelerates, and then when I let go of the joystick he's still doing like 4 steps because he can't stop right when I'm referring to like the inertia, and I can understand some inertia in a space game or a racing game or something, but man, in action games, that's kind of rough. I feel it feels like shit to play. And the aiming thing, that you aim your gun and you shoot where the little X is and you still miss your shot, I think, yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of how you move in those games. The game feel is not that great. We don't have that problem here in Greenlight, because in Greenlight you click on where you want to walk and you walk there, and then you click to make the text appear, and that's it. The game feel is perfect. I really need to upload the non-commentary version because I'm really not doing this game a service right now. Man. I would have had to replay the game while reading it. This is probably what I should have done, honestly. But hey, I'm doing what I can. This fortune teller, she's pretty cool. And the little kid in the village, it's her kid, and she doesn't know how to act with him. And we're gonna help with that at some point. Yo, Dad! A new type of candy. Obviously, it's a green candy. What's your favorite flavor of Skittles? I think mine is probably the yellow ones. Skittles are great. We ate quite a few of them the last weekend. We watched Zootopia 2. I was well, I was about to say quite the fan. It's not exactly true, but I did enjoy the first Zootopia. Can you believe it's like 10 years ago that this came out? That's kind of crazy. Anyway, watched the second one while eating candies. It was a great evening. I did not enjoy the movie as much as the first one, I would admit. First one was kind of funny. Second one, not that funny. Oh, that's a touching story here. So this bird is coming to the window because the girl is kind of sad, and the girl is giving the bird some cookies. Well, cookies, you know. Do we have the pieces? No. I miss one. So, see, I had to wake up and go get the word I was missing. Yeah, they're repeating. This is one thing that got a bit on my nerve, is that if you're speaking to someone and they already they don't have anything, it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's not because they don't have the green exclamation mark that they don't have something new to tell you. But you'll know just once you talk to them, and then you have to skip it all. You cannot just like walk away from that. Just you have to do the whole conversation again. And I suppose that's something that I've been spoiled on with Afterplays. It's a game from Even Kais. I would say a Zelda-like, an open world 2D Zelda-like. And that game is great because you can just move away from people talking to you, and then they will even react to this, say, oh well, okay, never mind, I was about to tell you that fantastic story, but all right, go on, bye, see you later. And I've been spoiled by this. I think it's something that should be done more in games, being able to just walk away from somebody talking to you. Now, once you talk to somebody, you're really locked into it, which is not, special to this game. It's something that most games do. But I would like a button to skip it all in one go. Like if you see the person already told you the thing, well, you can just skip it. So now I got my word that I was missing, so I'll be able to do to complete this dream. I think at least this part of the dream. And then see, you kind of have to redo the whole thing. I mean, it's not that it's very long. I completed the game pretty quickly anyway. Handmade, round and sweet smell. A cookie. I don't know if she's giving the bird cookie or just like, I think it's just the nuts that she used in the cookie. Anyway, the bird will be fine. And yeah, that's cute. The bird is bringing the girl some flowers every time they're coming to visit. Yeah, that's cute. They're exchanging flowers and treats daily. But yeah, this is sad because she's leaving town tomorrow. They won't see each other again. And I'm missing a word. Maybe some you can get. Until you've spoken to the people the next day. I don't know. But yeah, I was still missing a word. There we go. Yeah, like that one. I had to talk to the fortune teller at night and bring her what she said in the morning. So yeah, I could not have done the whole thing in one go, but this is kind of annoying because then you do the whole story, and once you've read the whole story you realize you're missing a piece, and then you have to redo the whole story to put the piece you did not have. So there's something there that I think is a bit annoying. At the same time, it's a free game to promote music, so I feel it's a bit harsh to whine about this. And it's not a long game either, so. But see, I'm making sure every time I'm going all around the town, making sure there's no more green exclamation mark, so I'm not missing anything. So the bird dream. Bird eats snacks. Girl is sad. Bird is bringing flowers. Makes girl happy. She's giving him more snacks. Then they're doing it every day. And it's great. But then the girl will leave town. Bird will be sad. that's the story. That's the story. But that's great because that's a wedding ring. Like this marriage ring. I'm not too sure. I think we say wedding ring. Isn't it? If anybody's watching this. My analytics on YouTube are telling me that the middle of my videos are watched by pretty much no one. I could say anything I want here, it would not matter at all. That's what my analytics are telling me. Now, are they super accurate? Well, only one way to find out. Leave me a comment. Is it a marriage ring or a wedding ring? Then I'll know if you've watched this part. That's a nice story. It really is. Here I probably just tapped the phone to make the text appear, but it just went away. So. Here I tried sing instead of I want to hear it, and I think it doesn't make much of a difference which one you choose. Unfortunately, like I mean, if you're giving me a choice, I would have to test it to be sure, but I don't think it's changing anything. You know what sucks when I'm recording those videos is that when I record the voice, there's no sound. Like I'm not hearing anything from this. And I'm not hearing anything from anything I've ever done. This is why I like to do this like in real time. Like I like to record the gameplay and the voice at the same time, because then I can hear the game. I mean, I've heard the game because I was listening to it when I played it, but like right now I cannot comment on the music or any sound effect because it's complete silence. And honestly, that kind of sucks. So Ichi and Greenlight, they're developing this kind of relationship somehow. It's kind of a... I'm telling you that this kind of Greenlight is kind of like a conversational bot. Like when you talk to ChatGPT. Oh yeah, this is where the game takes a wild turn. Like honestly, I really did not see this coming. What's coming in that part of the game? I was like, seriously? Game? Alright, I'll roll with it. Now the clock is spinning backwards. Crazy stuff. That's not what's crazy, but yeah, man, what a story that is. All right. Don't have much matcha anymore. I'm gonna be a sad boy. We went to Costco yesterday. A Saturday afternoon at Costco. Man, what an adventure that is. I'm not a fan of Costco. I mean, they have good stuff and good prices, but the experience of going to Costco is unpleasant, to say the least. But yesterday I went with my daughter, and we had their new Blizzard Sundae. You know, it's like a ice cream, caramel stuff, and brownies, and it was pretty good. I thought the brownies were a little dry though. But then for like $4, that's kind of crazy. I don't know how they do it. I mean, it's about volume, I suppose. They're selling so much stuff that they're getting all of it pretty cheap. But yeah, that was pretty good. You've got a bit of a situation. Konagi's been acting strangely. Yeah, well, she wants a room. I don't know where she's been living before having a room, but she seems she doesn't have a room. So she's sleeping on the ground in the hall of the hotel? I could never imagine she'd be worried by something like that. Yeah. I don't have a place to live. Not to worry about it. Poor Konagi. It's really like a high-res Game Boy game. Around the roly thing. Is that when I need to give him a candy? I can't remember. Thanks for always helping out. Well, there's not much else to do here, though. So I don't know, they're talking about the secret ingredients that they have in the food they give to people at the hotel, and she said like the secret ingredient is candy. I don't know if like she's cooking with candy, like she's making a sandwich and there's some smashed candy in it, or if she just means that they're putting some candy on the side for people to eat, and that's why they enjoy it so much. Here it's just talking about the disc, I think. An indecipherable blueprint. It's kind of crazy when you think about it that with like electricity signal we can make music play. I'm having a hard time like understanding how it works, to be completely honest. I'm sure glad it exists. My daughter is, like everyone on the planet, a pretty big fan of K-pop Demon Hunters. And she's having, like, drawing lessons on Saturdays in the morning on the Saturdays, and when I drive her to that place, it's like 15-minute drive, and we're always listening to K-pop Demon Hunter, and so I know like the songs pretty well now. My favorite one is how it's done. You know, how it's done. This is all right. Obviously, there's Golden. Golden is fine. One I really dislike that she really enjoys is fucking Soda Pop. Man, I cannot stand that one. That one is rough. I'm not a fan. But I still cherish those moments. You know, she's getting older, and you know, my son is now somewhat old, and you know, at some point I won't do much stuff with her because she's gonna do stuff with her friends more. She'll be at home less, and I'm trying to get those last few years, to really enjoy those last few years I have with her at home all the time. Like we did our Stray playthrough last week. That was great. We got our speed run finally. We talked about it for like 2 years. You know, about that PlayStation trophy of completing the game under 2 hours. She was kind of practicing in my back. I didn't know she was that good at the game. And when I realized it, I said, hey, yo, okay, we're taking notes. Let's do a playthrough, plan our thing, and then we do it. And we got it first time. That was great. But yeah, we need to enjoy those moments while they last, because it won't be forever. As I'm getting older, it's more and more obvious, you know. Times sure fly. Like when I realized that the first Zootopia was 10 years ago, I was like, man, that's crazy. What game had like I think it's Castlevania that got like 40 years. Like the series turned 40 or something like that. I was like, man, that's just crazy. Time sure flies. So now people are saying they're kind of hearing voice from the green stuff that's under the town. There's something alive. Well, it's not alive, but it's kind of sentient. You can see here if you're missing some words to make the puzzle. So at some point when I realized that, I was really aware of this, and I was trying to look out for more words when I still had some. But at some point there's some I feel you can only do the next day. I think it would just have been better though if you don't have all the words that when you sleep it just go on to the next day, and it doesn't allow you to try out the dreams and just give you the dreams once. Now here it could have just cut and she wakes up the next day, because we won't be able anyway to do this puzzle. I mean this one maybe, but we won't be able to do the whole dream. Now here it's kind of embarrassing that I was not able to do this because it's really putting the square in the square. But yes, see, I missed some words, so it, it's kind of useless to do this part right now. Now I need to wake up and that's it. A science fiction story. We have them all in this game. From romantic to science fiction. And trust me, it's gonna be a science fiction one. Can't be more science fiction than this. Perfect timing. Just completed the painting. A large tree. And now it's nighttime, and then we'll go back to daytime. She looks like a mermaid. Am I the only one saying this? Now we're going to be able to give the kids the mom's gift. Daytime again, yay. Alright. A ball! I'm so happy! I wish my kids were that happy with the ball. They're more into like gaming consoles or bikes than just a ball. We're living in a pretty comfortable era, to be honest. Just when I was young, we did not have that much stuff. My house is full of stuff that we're buying the kids all the time, and that we're buying for us too. At some point you have just too much stuff and you're not doing anything with any of all of that. We're being we've done a big setting stuff. We're in a setting streak right now, spending a lot of time on Marketplace to sell. We had some stuff that were still in their original box unopened. Things for the kitchen and a bunch of stuff. And we've been setting it right and left, left and right. A lot of clothing that doesn't work with the kids now because they're taller, but it's still in super good shape. Some clothes we never even removed the price tag on it because they never wore it. Like we bought them because it was on sale and thought, oh, it's gonna be for when they're a bit taller, and then we just forgot, and then they got taller, and then now it doesn't fit anymore, and so we've been setting that. We have too much stuff. I mean, it's a good place to be at when you can afford more than you need. But at the same time, I feel we appreciate it a bit less to be able to buy something. I just in games, like I have a bunch of games that I've bought and that I haven't played, but you know, it's like $1 on the App Store. It's on sale for $1, and I'm like, man, it's on my wish list on App Raven, and it's super cheap, so let's buy it, and I'll play it at some point, and then I don't, because I have just too much stuff to play. Like I've been meaning to play Queen's Wish. Jeff Vogel is one guy who's been making games since, I don't know, 25 years, and he's making like indie CRPG. Think Baldur's Gate, but without a big budget, like an indie Baldur's Gate. And there's a series on the on the iPhone that's called Queen's Wish. And I've played the first one, I quite enjoyed it. And then I started the second one. I did not finish it. I went on to other stuff, and now he released, like, it was supposed to be a trilogy, but at the end of the day he made the third part like a DLC, but he made it free. And if you've bought Queen's Wish 2, you by default now with the update have it installed on your phone. And now I have like 2 Queen's Wish to play. And those are kind of long games. And I've been meaning to get to it for a while, and I did not. There's a bunch of games that are upcoming this year that I really want to play. I really want to play the new Kena game. Really enjoyed the first one. It's kind of like a Disney Pixar Dark Souls. It was so good. Kena Bridge of Spirits. I highly recommend it. So, to come back to this game, there's aliens now in the game. I was blown away. Like, honestly, I was like, God damn, aliens. Aliens are visiting our planet. But from what I understand, it's not that the aliens that brought the green stuff. They stumbled on it, but they did not bring it with us. At some point I thought it was the aliens that brought the green light, but I'm rereading it right now, but like they found this shelter, but I don't know. I don't think they brought the green light. They're discovering music. That text is pretty hard to read. That's not great. White on white is kind of rough. And that's weird, the outlines just appear later. The machine on the desk is a record player. Well, an old gramophone machine. I don't know who would burn the stuff if they found it. I'm not sure I understand that part. Why would people burn it? Now here I was pretty sure we would hear Yanaginagi's singing, but nope. Not yet. Not yet. Those aliens, they really look weird. An ancient treasure. Could say music is a treasure. That's true. With music you can speak to people across time and space. That's very true. Now things are getting real. What does the ending of life look like? Is the ending of life fun? Yeah, I'm not sure, you know? Ichi doesn't want to ruin something special. Well, Ichi won't be there forever, though. You know? I don't understand really much that part. He shut down the machine. Like, I'm not sure I get it. Don't know how much time has passed. Seconds? Years? No more dreams. It's pretty rare that I remember my dreams. Or when I do, I'm forgetting them like super quick. There was a time where I would note them, like if I would woke up during the night, I would take notes about the dreams. Some were pretty crazy, as most dreams are for everybody. Everybody's asleep. And this is where we're gonna use the clock. Underground. Now I was making sure I was not forgetting anything in case, but yeah, no, I was fine. But I was afraid, did not want to get caught again and not having spoke to everyone. Something used to be here. Something old. Spinning with the mechanism. I mean, it makes sense. It's not just the shape, it's also the words. That's a beautiful clock. An underground room hidden that is attracting us. Makes sense. Looking outside, it's definitely still winter. It's snowing again with pretty strong winds. And it's cold, man. Not a fan. Not a fan of cold. Alright. time to enter the clock. It's really the final stretch. I know in games, there's in a few games that when there's clocks around, it's giving you like the time of where you are, and I enjoy this. This is the Itchy diary on how they they become friends. The green light and Itchy. Later in the game we have more details. I really hate this freaking cable on my headphones. As soon as I move, it's like in Fabric, and as soon as I move, it's making such an annoying noise. I really enjoy this headset. It's a great headset, but man, the cable is annoying me, and it's kind of a the place where you plug your in your headset is kind of I mean, I can't say the word. It's made for that. You cannot just use any type of cable because it's too big. It won't fit in the socket where it's going. Anyway, it's it's annoying. I wish I could change this. And I mean, there's probably a way, but I've looked. At some point, I remember looking, and I did not find a way. Good morning, Itchy. Oh, well, it's not Itchy, though. Doesn't sound like Itchy. I am Midori. Midori. Yeah, this is how Midori sound. Name is Greenlight, it's a pleasure. Good morning to you. Would you like a story about butterflies? About the stars? Please wake people up, man. Is everyone supposed to mean Ichi? I'm afraid Ichi is kind of passed away a long time ago. He made a promise. If you understand the story better than I do, which will probably happen, let me know what you think about the story. Because there's a few things that I'm not too sure of. I think I understand the gist of it, but now all the people asleep will give us a word that fits with who they are. Like that's related with the character. All the people we've met. beautiful town, the horror history. From what I understand, this green light type ore just came from space, but it's not the alien that brought it. It just like falling stars, like meteorites that just ended up on Earth, and they were sentient. I don't know. Like at the end of the game, you get some kind of more diary stuff from Ichi, and they explain that they put just the ore pieces that were scattered all around just together, and it became this thing that started speaking. Konagis are light. Your special treasure. I need to go now. To me, Ichi is special. Where is Ichi? Well, what happened when life reaches ending? Well, he's dead. That's it. There we go. Let's just say it. Ichi is no more. He's taking it pretty alright. Ichi is a coward. And very kind. That's, you know, I feel some translation stuff. I want to be like Ichi too. You want to be a kind coward? That's, yeah. I'm going to dream my own ending. Thank you, Midori. Your sounds feel kind. Good night. Now, I don't know if it's the song playing or not. I would like to give you the song without me talking over it. It's a pretty good song at the end. I don't think so. We're gonna take a look at the diary, and then I'll leave you with the ending. I've said enough garbage. Start using green light as a natural resource. If you want to read this all, you can just pause the video. But yeah, his little brother brought the broken green light fragments, and he just assembled them piece by piece to make the large crystal, and it eventually came to life. The ore listens. The ore doesn't judge. It really feels like ChatGPT. Really feels like some kind of AI stuff. I don't know if it's the parallel she wanna makes. The green light is recording my voice, and he rearranges the words to make some phrases. At the beginning it doesn't mean much, but at some point it evolves. Could it be considered life? If the AI becomes sentient, could we consider it as a person? Now he's wondering, should I share it with people or keep it to myself? Yeah, he wanted to explain the concept of death, but couldn't bring himself to teach that word. Yeah, he's dying, then hoping somebody at some point will bring the earring back, and in the meantime, it's gonna sleep and dream. Tourist season ended. That was a great game. I'm gonna put it on my list of games I finished this year. Up until now, it's not a great year. I haven't finished many games. I've tried a lot of games. I've played a bunch of things. I replayed a few games, but I have that rule that I've put on myself that every end of the year since 2022, I think. It's been 3-4 years that I've done it. I make a big video at the end of the year called Games I've Finished This Year, and it's games where I went to the credits. You know, not necessarily done all the achievements or the difficulty or anything like that, but I'm going to the finish line at least. And I usually have 22 to 26 games that I'm finishing in a year, and it's all like new games to me. Not necessarily new games that released this year, but games I've never played before. So if I do another playthrough, like if I replay when I'm finishing Wanted Dead, probably tonight, that won't go to the games I finished this year because I already talked about Wanted Dead in 2023. Already finished it. I don't want to rehash the things I've said before, so it won't count. And yeah, usually I'm playing like 20-ish games, and now we're at the end of March, and I think I have 4. it's not a great year for me to finish games. I hope I'll finish Kenna this year. I think Flying Oak Games will release Knuckle Paradise this year. They're the guys behind Scourgebringer, my favorite game of all time, and I really hope I'm gonna be able to play this year.
But for that, they're gonna have to release the game on the platform I play, so it's gonna be PS5 or mobile. I know they're gonna put the game on Steam because they're about to put up the games page, but I don't know if they'll release on console ever, or at least this year. They're probably gonna release on console. All of their games are on console, but yeah, I hope I'm gonna be able to play that this year. There's a John Wick game too upcoming. I don't know if it's gonna release this year, but this is something I'm quite interested in, as I really enjoyed John Wick. I've watched Ballerina a few weeks ago. I was not impressed. It was fine. It was entertaining, but I don't feel the need to watch that again. But I've watched the John Wick movies like a bunch of time each. I think my favorite one is the first, then the fourth, then the second, then the third. I'm not a fan of John Wick 3. I'm not sure why. I'm not a big fan. The first one is incredible. Terminator 2 is a movie I want to rewatch. It was my favorite one growing up. And I want to watch it with my son. And we need to find a time. Time is something that I don't have a lot of. I made a song about what happened in the past few days and about dreams. Oh, we're gonna get the song, and this is when I'm gonna shut up and then I'm gonna wish you a great rest of your day. Hope you've enjoyed this video. That was not a great service to the game. I'm gonna upload just the gameplay footage if people just want to enjoy the game. But at the same time, I don't know why they wouldn't need to, because they can just play the game for free. But I wonder if the game will stay on the App Store, or if it's gonna disappear. So making this video, I feel, is kind of archiving this game in case at some point it stops working. But anyway, the song probably have started, so enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks a bunch for watching. Go do something else. Go play games. Bye bye.
が